Presidents of both parties have run up the debt irresponsibly with no plan to address it. So thank God for Bitcoin and other non-fiat currencies that transcends the irresponsibility of governments.
Well, there you have it, guys. Senator Cynthia Lummis, just thank God for Bitcoin. So hope you guys are doing well. Today's Friday. We have a lot of stuff to cover here. Well, not a lot, but a couple of things that are obviously bullish for Bitcoin. So I welcome you guys to subscribe, hit the like button, help me out, and let's get into it. All right, so here's the first thing we're going to look at. We're going to look at Bitcoin price. Bitcoin is about to hit 60,000 again. It's at 59,370. It went up to a high of $59,999 today, basically this morning, before obviously having a little bit of pullback. So we got rejected at the 60,000 mark, just barely by $1. And there's reason for this because we have a lot of news coming up here. So here's what's going on. First, we're going to look at this. This is, I think 60,000 is the top. This Bitcoin fractal suggests it's the next bear market. So the cyclical nature of Bitcoin is a bull and bear markets means that 60,000 is mathematical, more likely to be the floor, not the ceiling in the future. So going forward, 60,000 is probably not going to be our ceiling here, right? We're going to probably bust through that and then retrace possibly back if we have a bear market, but we don't know that yet. So Bitcoin may have hit highs of 60,000, but calculations suggest that the price level will matter much more to bears, not bulls. So how about 80% of BTC price crash to 60,000? So if that is the case, obviously we have to be over 6 digits on Bitcoin price to go down 80,000 to 60,000, or 80%. So while BTC USD is tipped to retake all-time highs and climb to 6 figures this year, investors' attention is already turning to how far Bitcoin will fall after its next blow off top. The idea that BTC price action moves in cycles with the bearish phase in the bottom of 80% of the blow off top has become widely accepted. Well, in the past, yes, but we just don't know what's going to happen going forward. There's a lot more adoption going on. You got governments taking on Bitcoin. You got companies, you got mutual funds getting into it, you got ETFs coming, so there's a lot more in play here. We don't know if we're going to have an 80% blow off top. It could be just a 30% blow off top or 20% blow off top. So the story continues on here. What is much harder to believe is, in current circumstances, however, is that 60,000 may just be the price floor of the potential 80% correction. Given Bitcoin's cyclical metamorphosis, the next logical retracement therefore has anywhere from 47 to 60,000 as a target. So if you bought anywhere between that phase and you don't sell it in this coming blow off top, you'll at least come back down to where you bought it. Possibly, that's possibly where we might come down, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I just think we may actually keep going up here, not as fast as we have been, but we may have a little correction here, 20, 30%, 40 at most, but I don't know if we're going to get back down to 80% in the bear market. So we'll have to keep an eye on. Obviously, here's the bear market corrections here, 2013, 2017, obviously 2021. So something to be mindful of. So if you're invested in it now, I think you'll be fine in the long run, even if you don't get the top or sell at the top, or if you're in it for the long run for 5-10 years. Next story, obviously this is the one that's driving Bitcoin right now, is BTC ETF may finally make their debut on the trading public next week. So we had this story here, actually it was yesterday that I saw it. Where did I see it? On, let me see here. We had this, let's go back here really quick, sorry. I tweeted about it. So here it is. Will Clement tweeted, probably nothing. The SEC investor education before investing in a fund that holds Bitcoin futures contracts. Make sure you carefully weigh the potential risks and benefits. Check out our investor bulletin to learn more. So they actually have a guide for people on it. So a lot of people are speculating that the Bitcoin futures ETF is coming, and it's coming soon, possibly next week. So Bitcoin ETF may finally make their debut to the trading public next week. So cryptocurrency enthusiasts and the exchange-traded fund industry are bracing for the first Bitcoin futures ETF to begin trading on Tuesday, when the ProShares Bitcoin Strategy ETF is scheduled to debut on the New York Stock Exchange. One catch, the ETF goes active unless the Securities and Exchange Commission objects to the filing, which can happen right up until midnight on Monday. So if that happens on Monday, that's going to be a crapshoot there. So a Bitcoin futures ETF, a disappointment or a step in the right direction. The ETF is based on Bitcoin futures that trade on the CME. It's a disappointment to many in the Bitcoin community who would prefer a pure play ETF backed by physical Bitcoin. They complain that the high cost of rolling into futures contracts will not adequately track the spot price of the cryptocurrency, and the SEC should proceed to approve a pure play Bitcoin ETF. A futures is a derivative of the spot market, so if you are comfortable with futures, why wouldn't you be comfortable with the spot market? Michael S., CEO of Grayscale Investments, a digital currency asset management manager which runs the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, told me. Regardless, most Bitcoin activists and the ETF community are cheering it as a small but critical step to open crypto market to a much wider audience. So this is obviously great news. We've been talking about this for a while here. This is obviously a good thing going for Bitcoin and the overall adoption. This is a crawl, walk, run market. Matthew Hogan, Chief Investment Officer at Bitwise Asset Management, told me the smallest step the SEC can take right now is to launch a Bitcoin futures market because it is a regulated market. So that is why that is possibly going to happen here. Gensler and the SEC have a crypto problem, and Bitcoin futures ETF will help. So Gary Gensler has a crypto problem. He wants to be supportive of the financial innovation like crypto, but he lacks regulatory authority over critical areas like crypto exchanges. So Gensler wants to be innovative and yet balanced. Hogan told this reporter he doesn't want to kill financial innovation around crypto. He wants to crack down on the fraud and nefarious elements and the criminal activity. He wants to put a regulatory framework around it, which I think is good. If he wants to do that, that'd be great. But just, you don't want to squash innovation here in the early stages. So can a futures market be manipulated? One big reason a Bitcoin ETF has not been approved is the worry over market manipulation. A similar concern has been expressed about a Bitcoin futures ETF. The futures markets could be manipulated by the spot market. So, I think the market has matured well enough to where it's not as easy to obviously manipulate anymore. We have showed that the CME Bitcoin futures market is the leading source of price discovery in the Bitcoin market worldwide. Prices move first on the CME ahead of Coinbase, Kraken, and other offshore exchanges. The CME is the big dog. The spot market does not wag the futures tail. So interesting to read that. Hogan has taken his reasoning one step further. Yesterday, I forgot to tweet about this, but yesterday I saw this. Yesterday, Bitwise filed for Bitcoin ETF that would hold the actual virtual currency, not futures, arguing that the market is sufficiently mature. There you go. This is not your grandma's Bitcoin, Hogan told the reporter. It is a mature market. So, interesting news. Will we get there? Bitcoin's obviously knocking on the door of 60,000 right now. It got rejected by $1, which is surprising. But hey, we're at least there. We're getting above it. We're getting close to it. And let me see here. Next story is a quick one. We'll just go over this really quick. So these catalysts could trigger historical bullish Q4 for Bitcoin. Crypto analyst firm head of research. So the fourth quarter of 2021 is looking historically bullish for Bitcoin BTC, according to one blockchain researcher. Lucas O, head of research at the blockchain intelligence firm Into the Block, says on Twitter that three factors are driving BTC optimism. The potential of approval of Bitcoin ETF exchange traded fund. You could almost put a check mark next to that one, call it complete. And then the upcoming Taproot upgrade, and then the feedback loop between BTC's price and fundamentals. So all of those things are driving, obviously, the price of Bitcoin up higher. We obviously still are far, far away. Well, not too far. We're only, what is the top? 64,899. So we're only, about 5,000 away from the top that we had earlier this year, back in April. Is it obviously able to do so? I think so. I think we'll be up there depending on the ETF. If it goes through on Tuesday like it's looking, it might, and the SEC doesn't squash it on Monday night, we should be in good shape. And then lastly, what else did I have here for you guys? There was something else that I had here that I wanted to show you. Oh, there it is. Okay. So did a little poll yesterday. On the poll, I asked you guys as far as which mining company I should cover next. Got 6 votes. DigiHost obviously made out the most, 67%, and then obviously the other 2, CleanSpark and Core Scientific. So I'll take a look at DigiHost first, and then we'll do the other ones after that. So those videos should be coming out within the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It does take me a lot of time to get those. So let me know what you guys think as far as the stories of the ETF. Obviously, Bitcoin's going close to 60,000, which is great. And then we also have the ETF coming up and all this other stuff that's coming up. So it's all great news here. let me know on that, and let's get into the sticks here really quick, and then we'll call it a day, guys. So Bitcoin obviously has reached our price here above 57,000 was where we had the support here. It is now support, so now we're looking for the next resistance. Resistance is obviously looking like 60,000 here. Ethereum is at 37,000, or 30, I wish it was 37,000. Boy, $3,780. It is actually down for the day. Looks like everything else is down for the day except for Bitcoin and Cardano, which is quite interesting. Or not Cardano, Solana is up. Cardano is still trading in our kind of pattern here. The accumulation phase possibly. Hedera hash graph is down from yesterday. It's trading right on the 20-day moving average. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. Litecoin is looking like it might be poised to continue going back up a little bit. Dogecoin is still trading in that pattern here where we're basically between 22 and the 23 cents. So it could be another accumulation phase. And obviously Solana has been down for the last couple of days. It is at least up above the 20-day moving average, which is good to see. So we'll have to see where that price goes. It's at 158 right now. Then we got, what else we have here? And then we got the mining stocks. So the mining stocks, let's see how the mining stocks are doing this morning pre-market. So pre-market Hive is up 7 cents. Bitfarms is up 21 cents. Hut 8 is 59 cents, up higher. And Mara is up 183. And Riot is up 118 pre-market. So obviously the miners are looking good as far as where the price of Bitcoin is going right now. So they're obviously liking it. So yeah, so that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys think on all this stuff. A lot of good stuff going on. We'll have to see what kind of weekend we have. We have also the Bitcoin futures expiry today, which I think like 600 million, something like that, of expiry that's happening today. So let me know your thoughts on comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the like button, helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have a great day. Bye.